Hi Aquarius, it's Mary Jo from Enchantress Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do your reading for September of 2020. And with each of these videos, I'm starting reflecting on the fact that it's September 2020 and it was just January, you know. We did the 2020 readings and I talked about visual acuity and clarity and seeing into the distance, but able to see the finer details clearly. So if you reflect on what's been going on from January to now, you can realize that your eyes have really been opened and you're starting to really look at things differently. You know, like with a fine-tooth comb or magnifying glass, however you want to describe it in an analogy, you're really starting to see things for what they are. Things that maybe your eyes were closed to or weren't clear. Now you can see, and you could see looking at the details, there's something not right. So this whole event that we're having with this virus, COVID, is definitely a catalyst to open our eyes, to make changes. And it's very cathartic, universally, you know, for the people on this planet, and even on an individual basis, there's a lot of change going on. So that being said, let's look at September for Aquarius and see what we have for you. September 2020, Aquarius, Aquarius-centric people. Okay, we start with an air card. Most of the readings didn't have air cards. I think there were only 3 that had an air card in it. Oh. This came up. These 3 cards actually came up in other readings, but this one didn't. Okay, so let's see what we have. So we're starting off with the Knight of Swords, which could be our Gemini, Libra, or Aquarian, 18 to 35. For me, male or female, charming, magnanimous, magnetic, a bit aloof on the low vibration, could be disconnected or dismissive. You know, they're very airy, lofty. It even could be yourself, you know. But basically, you know, they forge ahead. They're sharp-witted. Could be sharp-tongued also. They could be very funny at times and very chatty at times, where other times, like, you don't hear from them. You know, this is that airy type of person because they like to retreat, you know, and they like to pull back. But when they're in it, they're, like I said, very charming, very charismatic. So that being said, is in the past. So the last 3 weeks to 3 months, something very swiftly happened. Either someone swiftly exited your life, like ghosted you, or just stopped communicating with you, or just said, you know, bye. You know, or it's you. You just were like, you know, bye, Felicia, and you're on your way to something else. And you're not stressed over this or worried about it because it's something that you felt was a good clearing of the air. Now, this, for some of you with this relationship, you know, from the beginning when you got into it, it probably wasn't going to last. But it's because you could tell with this person, it wasn't for the long haul. But you know what? It was what got you through these last 5, 6, 9 months, whatever it was. For others, it feels like something quickly exited, quickly changed in your life. Like you know, quickly packed up and you left your job. You know, that you were furloughed, you had to go. Or you decide, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm out. Boom, you packed up and you left. It's just very swift, clean, clear, decisive action. And it's better for you. You cut through all the bureaucracy and the red tape of what was going on. And you weren't happy anyway. You weren't mentally stimulated. And it was time. And whether you had lingered there for a while and this abruptness that happened, like the guillotine came down, it was the best thing for you because you would have just stayed there and been miserable. Let's see what else. Yeah, this night just brings action. Like, you know, you sold the house, you packed up and go. You decided you're going out to the country to get away from the city for a couple of months or a month, and you just, you know, let's go, boom. This is very swift action, but it carries with it a clarity and a cleansing, Aquarius. All right, there's a lot of wisdom here. You have the owl. The owl sees at night. Perfect visual acuity, doesn't need the light of day. So it's like, you know, your senses told you this is what you needed to do, and you just went with it. And you're ready to charge with this. So I'm really feeling like most of you learned a lot in the last 9 months about yourself and your surroundings, the people in your surroundings, and the things that have exited from your life that were much needed to exit, whether you wanted to do it or couldn't do it or didn't know how to do it, has happened. And it's a good thing for you because now you can leave behind all the confusion, all the frustration, arguments, anything that just mentally was bogging you down and draining you. Like you know, you can have physical fatigue, Aquarius, but then when you have that mental fatigue, it's different, right? And especially people with a lot of air in their charts, you know, when they have that mental drain, I mean, they're like a walking zombie. It's sad to watch them. They need to be stimulated and charged, but they need also retreat and clarity to keep their mind focused on what it is that they want to be doing with their life. So like I said, with this in the past 3 weeks to 3 months, it's a good cleansing for you. And here now, coming in is this Page of Cups, which could be a child up to 18, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe you've been concerned about them being home all summer, or you know, in the southern hemisphere, it's your winter, but you know that they haven't been able to socialize. They haven't been with their friends. They haven't been in school. They haven't been doing what they need to be doing as a young citizen of this planet. And it got to them. And you know what? As adults, we all know what we're going through, and we can talk about it. But children don't know what's going on. Whether you've explained it to them or not all of them have the capability of understanding what this is. And they don't get it, and they're stressed out. And you know what? Even if they're just being kids and you didn't talk to them about it, they can feel and hear what's going on with you. And they have been feeling it emotionally. So, that being said, this is the news you've been waiting to hear for them to get back into life and back into the perceived reality that you're living. With the card of emotions, it definitely has been tapping into them, and the children are more highly sensitive now, and they have heightened senses where people on this planet for the last, let's say, 50, 100 years don't even have the uncanny abilities that these rainbow children, crystal children, you know, have been born to bring into light. So they're sensing a lot of things that are going on, not only with you on a personal level, with themselves as a family unit, and the world. For others of you, this is news you've been waiting to hear, and it's going to really give you the pleasure you've been waiting for, the joy, it's happiness. So it could have something to do with what exited out of your life that you're feeling like, yeah, this is a brand new start for me. It's a fresh start. I feel good. You know, my mind is clear, but, you know, my heart is open. I'm excited. I'm inspired. You know, emotionally, I feel like this is fantastic. You know, this is what you've been waiting for. Now, yes, this page looks very calm, and a lot of the water signs are like that. You know, you don't know what's below the surface, you know, like water. So this is a calm time for you of reflection, but also to be open and receptive for what's coming in and what's changing. It's a great time of creation for you, being creative and changing things, either with decorating a new place, with your new job, or that you're home, you're retired, or you're working remotely and you're setting up a home office, or a way to educate your children. You know, whatever is changed here, everybody's going to be different. But this is you having the energy and the pleasure and joy of reacclimating to this new way of living and being. Yeah, see now you have, okay, so you have the Empress. So we know this is Venus, and it's a 3. So definitely the number of creation. So you're creating something. What are you creating? Now, this is a major arcana. So this is about your finances, your material goods, love, your core value, you know, things that you take through life with you. That is Venus. But the Empress is like forever pregnant. She's abundance. She is about to birth something. She's delivering something to you, okay, Aquarius? Something that's been planted the seed of for a while. Oh, and it's like 9 months, right? for gestation. So it's going to be birth. Where the high priestess, it's in secret that she's birthing something. Her potential isn't fully realized. The Empress, the potential is realized, and you are utilizing this potential. So for some of you, this is definitely having children, either becoming a parent, adopting, fostering. And by the way, this is also for pets. Maybe you're going to be fostering little babies, fur babies, or adopting fur babies, or helping with these storms that are going on and rescuing these fur babies and giving them a place to live. Feathered friends, that could be the mothering, nurturing, caring part of the Empress also. For others of you, I think you got a hold on things right now. You see how she's holding on to the sign of Venus, her glyph? And it's pointing down here in Gemini where the North Node is. And that's our Dharma. And right now it's about rooting. The North Node is about rooting and not traveling, that wanderlust. That we're not doing that. We're establishing a new solid foundation and rooting ourselves to the ground, to our home, to our family, to our inner divination. So with the Empress, a lot of you are going to be dealing with that and communicating that too, especially with Gemini. And it's about siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and neighbors, local community. Maybe there's a deeper connection and involvement with your local community and association, especially with Aquarius. You're very involved in worldly things, humanitarian things, organizations. You love that and to be a part of. So I really feel like there's going to be an increase of the social network as she's pointing down to Gemini here. For others of you, this is a loving relationship that you have. If there's some rifts with your mother or mother figure, this is a healing for you with her. And you're creating something new for the time that you have together. And let me see if there's anything else. The 3 is the result of the choice you make, Aquarius. So whatever you're making of this potential that you're bringing forth, what you're creating, is the next step from the seed that you planted. And now when it's about to come, boom, you created this. Now, in the next 3 weeks to 3 months, you might feel like, you got into it with somebody and you might feel like, I'm done, I'm walking out. This could be an argument with somebody or a group of people, a disagreement. This could be your own negative thoughts and words that you feel like, I'm done with this, I can't do it anymore, I'm so tired of this. I want things to change. This is that negative fodder that we could vocalize. And just remember, it is cleansing, which is good. You want to detoxify and get those negative thoughts and words out. Yes, Aquarius. Just don't live it and feel it and breathe it in a way that you can manifest more of what you're complaining about into being. For others of you, you feel like you did get cheated in something. Like maybe you didn't get your stimulus, or maybe you got stuck paying more taxes than you thought you were going to have to pay, and they hit you with all these late fees and those stupid interest that's just sometimes worse than what you owe them, and you feel like you got cheated and you're just done with it. You just want to be over it. Whatever's going on here, I really feel like you're protected by someone in spirit. You see the pillars, and then in the column you have this archway, and you're walking out of a situation. You're leaving behind 2 swords. Like you're grabbing what you need to mentally, and you're leaving the rest behind. Like here, this could be all the things that you said that were your truths, right? Your authentic self. You're cleansing and clarifying what you think or thought and you said, and you're done with it. The rest you don't even need. You could just walk away from. You just leave behind what you had to say to that person. But it's not hurtful. It's all... it's like I said, it's your truth. So it's not hurtful. Like you did this on this day, and then you said you were sorry. You did this again on this, and there's truth there. There's no like, oh, you're such a rotten piece of crap, and you hurt. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about clear cut to the point, and you're saying all the facts, ma'am, and you're leaving that with them. And this person has to mull around what you said to them because of what they've done to you or said about you. Okay? And you're walking away, looking back and it's saying, like I said, bye. Bye, boy, bye. And I'm going to take my thoughts, my words, and get out of this negative, toxic relationship, you know, and create something that's healthy. And some of you feel like even you got cheated with your job. Maybe they forced you to retire, or you were furloughed after you thought you were going to go back to work. Because this goes out 3 weeks to 3 months. So we're going to go into that whole October, November, December phase where they're saying we could peak again with the virus and there could be phase 2. You know what I mean? So you might feel like, man, I just got back in the swing of things and now they drop the axe on me again. And again, it's very swift and you're just walking away and you feel robbed. But you know what? You're taking with you all the experience and the wisdom because you've gone through this now and you know how to handle it better. And you've known how to pare down things in your life because you were able to live without the things you thought you had to have because you didn't have the money and the means to do it. And you realize, man, I can do this. And I'm working so hard for everything I have, but I can't get to enjoy it. So this is like working smarter, not harder, and saying goodbye to bad rubbish. And just, you know, taking your pretty little self and walking on out that door and starting something new and wonderful for yourself. Let me just see, what is this? It's hard to see in the camera. Hold on. I'm trying to see what that illumination is there. I'll probably look at it afterward and see what it is. I don't know what that light is or reflection, but it's drawing my eye. And maybe it's an epiphany for you. Clarity. Things brought to the daylight that you can see the truth about, and you don't need it anymore. And you're happy to walk away from this. No sadness, no sorrow, and you made a stand for yourself for the better, for the best. And that's what we want for you. We want for all of us, Aquarius. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been with me these last 5 years and taking the time out of your busy day to watch my videos. I appreciate that. And I've made a lot of connections with you through social media. And even the people that I haven't connected with readings or comments or emails, you know, thank you. And I hope that these readings give you help, guidance, and peace at this time of uncertainty and trying times for you. So everyone, I hope you have a great September. Enjoy the autumn and the spring in our southern hemisphere. And I'll see you guys next month. As always, I wish you the best.